Hey, it's Dre coming to you during the holiday season. Hope everybody had a good one and Santa Claus was good to you and brought you all the goodies that I'm sure you deserved. Well, today I want to talk about a guy not many people know, but he was a great friend of mine. He was a very great person. Morris Bucky Buckwater. Now, you may not know him, but he's known mostly for all of his front office basketball accomplishments, but he was a character in his own right. Got to know him a little bit better working with him as a member of the Trailblazers, and I was a member of Nike, and we got to share a lot of personal time together, and we talked about a lot of stuff. He was one of a kind. Again, he's known mostly for what he did in the front office, man. He was a big-time guy. He used to do a lot of recruiting and stuff. Matter of fact, I don't think you knew, so I'm going to tell you anyway, that he had signed Moses Malone out of high school. Yeah, he was hanging out down there in Virginia, deep Virginia. And he had to wait around and hide in the bushes until a coach from a college team, Maryland Terrapins, the great Lefty Drizel, was trying to recruit Moses to go to Maryland. So he had to wait in the bushes, and dogs are barking all around him, and he's just hiding and waiting until he got a chance to talk to him. So he went into the house, talked to Moses, talked to his mom, put a little bit of cash on the table, explained what that meant to him and how he could be driving a nice big Lincoln, I think it was a Continental 4 or something, and that's all it took. So Moses signed right away and went straight to the Utah Jazz of the ABA. I mean, that is amazing. He is something else. So he got the first credit. He probably was the first person to sign somebody straight out of high school as well, and that's a fact that's not well known as well. But as I digress, let me go on now. Let me go on. He himself was a player. He played for the University of Utah, and he led them to 2 NCAA tournaments, but unfortunately he lost to the eventual champion, University of San Francisco. And they had a guy named, what was his name? Oh, yeah, Bill Russell. So if you're going to lose in a tournament, lose A, to the eventual champions, and B, lose to a soon-to-be 11-time NBA champion. There's not a bad loss in my book, you know. But some of the stories Bucky used to tell, man, he was actually once the coach of the Seattle Supersonics on an interim basis. I believe they parted ways with the other guy in the middle of the season, so Bucky was the assistant, so he got pulled up to that head seat. And it's amazing what happens between those 6 inches between the assistant position and the head position. He had a player once. He had a player that didn't play very much, but he came from a rough part of Detroit. And while they were up playing in Detroit, the Pistons, this player's brothers, I mean 1, 2, came down, asked for tickets, and sat behind the bench. So the game wasn't going too well, and they were running out of time. So they kind of yelled at, Bucky, "Hey, man, put my brother in, put him in." Bucky does what most coaches do. You just ignore the crowd and do what you're doing. Then he happened to look back, and he saw the brother reach and pull his coat back, and he had like a .45 handgun in there. And the next thing you know, Bucky screamed out, "Hey, get in the game. What are you doing sitting over here?" Which was hilarious. I mean, everybody cracked up, and the guy got to play. The brothers were happy. Bucky was happy. I don't think they won the game, but as long as he got in, everybody else got out all right. But that's just some of the stuff that Bucky was infamously famous for. Let me tell you something else about my guy Bucky. Now, I don't know, he never liked the name Morris. Didn't like that name. And his middle name was B, and obviously the last name Buckwater. Now, I've asked him time and time again in various situations and places, well, what does the B stand for in your middle name? And he would never tell me. Or he'd tell me something like, "Yeah, it means Bucky, man. It's Bucky. That's what it means." But no matter what, you can call him Bucky, Morris, Mr. Buckwater, BB, whatever. He was good at what he did. And what he did was he signed players. He was a guy who signed notable players like Drazen Petrovic and Arvydas Sabonis. And that was long before anybody else started drafting international players. He spent a lot of time overseas going and seeing these different games in some crazy situations, I'm sure, just trying to get the best talent he could for the Portland Trailblazers. So, again, he's probably the pioneer, if not the first guy to sign foreign players to an NBA American team. Other notable players he signed include Terry Porter, not well known as a college guy, great guy as a pro. And Jerome Kersey. Again, I repeat myself. Not a big time name in college basketball, but was a great part of that Trailblazers team, especially those that went to the finals. And of course, with all of those different talents, it was only a matter of time before Bucky got voted as, or he got chosen as the NBA Executive of the Year in 1991. So he was something else, something else. And let me see what else I can tell you about old Bucky. Bucky was funny. I mean, he was funny. I mean, he constantly was getting into stuff with folks. He was very personable, very outgoing, you know, and just a ton of laughs. You couldn't be around him too long without him telling you some great stories, having you all crack up. I mean, he was a a funny guy. And like I said, he'll be missed by most, if not all. And he was a big part of the Trailblazers' success, both on and off the court. And I was glad to have a chance to be somebody he would call a friend and had a chance to kick it out with him. Well, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed it. I got more coming. More and more and more. So this is Hey Hey, it's Dre. And thanks for tuning in. And I will see you all next time.